once I say this, it's never going to leave people's minds. Ever. You're going to notice it in your own words each time you do it. Then you're going to ask yourself, why am I saying those words all the time? Only if you see yourself or hear yourself talking or whatever it is that you're doing, until you see yourself or hear yourself, you're not aware of yourself. This is why Hollywood and sports stars and people that are famous, they see themselves and then they're like, oh God, I can't, why am I, Because what happens is you start to catch those words that you're saying, and they're extra words. I have a goal. Well, it's more like a prayer. I prayed and said, Dear Lord, help me to eliminate all unnecessary extra words in my vocabulary. All extra words includes these words that I'm getting ready to tell you. And from here on out, you're never going to forget. These are those words. Everybody has different words that they're used to saying repetitively. There's different phases of words that you want to say, or different interpretations of words, or the way different words sound. But there's a few of them that need to go. As I was praying, asking for God to help me eliminate the unnecessary extra words, I was also asking for the awareness. That way I'm consciously aware of it every time I do it, so I can stop doing it. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's not good, it's not bad. It's repetitive thoughts that continually they run through your mind. If you can catch them, you'll stop. All right, here's the words. So, the word that I almost said was so, whatchamacallit, it means if you're doing that, your brain's not thinking. Your brain needs to be focused in a little bit more. And then when you see what you were doing with the words coming out of your mouth, you might stop doing it. If not, you're going to realize this. If someone says, yeah, I mean, or you know what I'm saying, or remember, if someone is if that's how they interact with people, then you got to ask yourself, why do you need to know if they know what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Some people say it repetitively, others say it once in a while. I'll say it once in a while. Look, I'm guilty of all of it. I'm guilty of every word that I'm saying and I continue to say some of those words, but I'm just catching myself. And then I'm wondering, why do I say that? Why do I add the word so, okay, so, and, alright, well, okay, alright? Yeah, I'm saying? Right, okay, alright? It's almost like you're engaging the conversation for the person to answer you back. I've realized that. Certain people talk in a way that, even if they're just talking through a video, or just someone that doesn't even do YouTube, they talk in a way that almost makes you feel like you need to answer them with a yeah, right, yeah, I hear you, right. Because I've always wondered, why does that bother me? Why is this bothering me? Why do I have this feeling of being bothered? I can't quite get it. And then I realized, as they're talking, at the end of their words, how they stress the words at the end, it almost sounds like a question. That's what it is. There you go. I nailed it. It's question talkers. Are you a questionnaire? Do you talk and always sound like you are asking a question? Or are you talking where, anybody can say something or not? You don't have to respond to what I'm talking to you about. Unless if I'm asking you a question, then I would be asking you a question like, did you hear what I'm saying to you? If I'm just talking to you, I just want to tell you, I just eliminated the word but before that sentence. Because in my head, I am consciously aware, and I'm trying, even as I'm talking now, to make sure that I don't slip up and say one of the unnecessary extra words, because Satan loves to get you to repeat yourself in your head. Music repeats about at least 3 times a rhythm, 3 times the same chorus, 3 times the same drum beat, 3 times the same guitar rip. It's all about the 3s. 1, 2, 3. It stays in your head. So, yeah, I'm saying, you remember, okay, so yeah, but, and, so all these words, I get it too, that there's newscasters or people that are either reading their script or just reading what they wrote, their notes, saying it. And then, if you got a professional broadcast booth, then I understand. I understand if it's your own words and you wanna organize your own words, and you're reading what you've said or However it is, and I understand why I do end, because I lose track of what I was thinking of. That's what it is. It's a stall tactic. The word end is usually a stall tactic. And those ones. Or, well, yeah, because you're either reading too fast or too slow, and you got to catch up or slow down and catch your words. Or if you're listening to an earpiece. Either way, look, I understand. But I just respect people more if it's their own writing, their own... Like Christopher Green, come on. Please. You don't have your own opinion. They give you your script, and your opinion comes from the script. You're not writing it. Somebody else is writing it. Someone higher up than you. Grandpapa Rothschild is so he has a lot of writers that write these scripts for people like Christopher Green to read. If it's your own script, your own words, your own research, your own organization, if it's your own, by all means, continue to do what is your own, because it's original. Reading somebody else's script is not. You're not the original person. The script writer is more original than you. I'll give it to the script writer. That's why I respect people that read their own script, or people that don't even have a script, more. A little bit more. It's a level of appreciation for non-fellow script writers and readers. I could read scripts pretty good if I practice on it, but I only practiced those 2 videos and I haven't practiced since. I could get better at pretending I'm not reading what I'm looking at. The reason I can get better is because when I rewatch the video, I see where my eyes mainly get glued to. Wherever they mainly get glued to, you have to practice on not gluing them in that direction. People think they're so slick because they can read fast and click their pens. I remember Tyler had me for a while there. I didn't realize he was reading the script. I didn't realize sports... see, I did it. You know what? Sometimes you can get away with the word "you know what" and "see" because you are referring to something that just happened. It's like, see how that proof was right there? Some words get a pass. And sometimes words like and they get a pass. If you're reading your own script, that's fine. If I don't have something to say, then I'll just shut up. If I'm trying to stall with an end and let's see, okay, so one of those ordeals, I try to eliminate it. Because if you have nothing good to say, then just shut up. Who's telling you to open your mouth and talk anyway? Who's telling you that you have to do these things? These are all the questions that I started asking myself, because for some reason I wasn't comprehending where my thoughts were coming from. I just always thought they were mine. I didn't realize that Satan has his way of running by, giving you punching you in your stomach, and just bolting. Like John. Like you didn't even see him coming. He runs up, punches you in the gut, you're like, and then you don't even know what hit you, and you can't even blame it on anything because you don't even see anything, and you're like, oh my God, I must have been something I ate. Meanwhile, Satan injected a thought into your brain that gave you a gut-wrenching, stressful, worry feeling that all of a sudden you're like, ugh, what the hell, why? And you don't even know why you thought it, but you're just like, well, that was my thought, so I guess apparently I want to think about how much that's going to stress me out. And Satan, because the biggest trick that he wants to play is that he doesn't even exist. Satan who? What? I don't even know who. Yeah, right, like he exists. That way he has you completely deceived, 100%. And you don't even know where that punch in the gut came from. It came from Satan. He put the thought in your head. You didn't realize that there's two different types of thoughts that get injected into your head. One of them is his, and one of them is Christ. Christ is the voice that you usually ignore, the one that is telling you about yourself, what you shouldn't be doing, and you don't want to listen. You tell it to shut up. That's the spirit that brings it to your attention. Whatever you're doing to someone, if you're doing it to me, I'm very good at taking the mirror, even when people are purposely have their high beams on, and they shouldn't. When it's a purposeful thing, you know, sometimes people got to get taught a lesson. I know how to angle my side mirror so it goes into your face at the red light. I know how to do that. It's skill. But I choose not to. I don't want to have to do that. But there is a part of being purely ignorant, and then purely it's your job. It could be one or the other. Take a mirror. I'll take the mirror, and whatever it is that you are dishing out at me, I'm going to show it to you. And then if you don't like it, then you'll decide to change whatever it is. I do that to people because I've done it to myself, and I continually do it to myself. I constantly ask myself these questions because I get to know my own vessel, like my original brain. There's two different thoughts being injected into your brain day in and day out, non-stop. Every time you take a deep breath, not a deep breath, every time you breathe, these thoughts are continual. They don't stop, ever. My brain never stops thinking. There's times where my brain will repeat itself, whatever the jibber jabber is that's going on inside of my skull. Not all the time is there solid, concrete thoughts. There's that repetitive spirit that wants to continually get you to repeat whatever it is in your head. That's the only way. No, it ain't the only way. I was getting ready to say that too. That's not the only way I can explain it. I can explain it in other ways. Why am I limiting myself? See, again, that question I got to ask myself. Why am I limiting myself? Who told me to feel that gut-wrenching feeling in my stomach? Who told me to feel that way? Well, that was Satan. He ran up and punched me in the stomach. I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't even know it was him at first. But then I seen his vapors, and I started to catch on that was him. He did it. So you got to take a deep breath and go flip the damn table over on that repetitive goof that's in your head. Flip it. Flip the table. Tell them to shut up. Go away. And you know what it'll tell you? Fine, I'll go away. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. See? And then it's like, go away. Go away. See, I told you I'll be back. It's a repetitive, demonic little creature. How do you fault him for being his nature? That's his nature. Now, speaking of demonic creatures, the Baltimore Ravens are going all the way to the Super Bowl. What? Come on, Steve. Do not. Oh my goodness. Do not steal my thunder. I had already said the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be in the Super Bowl. So I hope that you're just... No, wait a minute. I don't hope. See? Stop hoping, idiot. Who told you to hope? I'm sorry. Who told you to apologize? Look, fine. Lucifer, fine. All right. Made your point. Anyway. I said the Eagles are going to make it to the Super Bowl. And the Baltimore Ravens. Because the Baltimore Ravens, I seen the bird face, the Baltimore, in the Petco 2 video. So I picked the Baltimore Ravens only because of that. And the Eagles because of the explosion at the Lincoln Financial Field. Or, very least, a football stadium named either the Link or Hard Rock. I'm leaning towards the Hard Rock just because of the Super Bowl. However, I hope Steve does say that they're going to the Super Bowl because of, I don't know, gematria. What? That's what. Look, let me just prove this. He just uploaded. I just got a notification. I'm watching Steve and Ben to noon. It's 6:17 at October. November. Oh my goodness. It's December 30th, Monday, 6:17 p.m. I hope gematria is what Steve is saying, that there's like some kind of code sign language inside of the book of gematria that when you punch in the letter H that it shows, you know, like a secret that's going to be unveiled. I feel a lot better about this video because I got rid of all those unnecessary extra words. I don't believe I said many. I might have said once or twice. And so and see. I said 4 times extra unnecessary words only because of the fact that I prayed about it earlier. I made myself aware as I am praying to my Heavenly Father who created me for awareness to keep out the extra unnecessary words. It worked. So I'm in, dang it. I was 23 minutes, I said so. I'm so disappointed. See, that time I can say so because I'm so disappointed. Oh man, I was doing so good. Remember, this will always be stuck in your head. No matter what you try to do, you're going to realize from this point on that you say extra unnecessary words. Then ask yourself, why? Do I have to? Because I feel like I have to say so and before I start up a sentence. Why? Are you leading into the sentence? Why can't you just hop in and hop out? Why do you need an introduction, and why do you need a departure? I've never had an introduction. I've never had a departure. I always hopped in as another thought in your brain. As soon as you click the play button, I continue on with your thoughts. That is all that I am doing. And then when I'm done, you either take what I said and apply it to your heart and your life, because it works for me. I'm just trying to share it. If I can explain it clearly and you can understand it, and then you apply it, and then you see it works, you don't have to thank me. I mean, I already know that you appreciate it. All of my subs, I know that you appreciate when something that I can say makes sense to you finally, or or maybe it makes sense immediately and it works, and then you see that it's all about the forceful demon. Yeah, I'm trying to help people get rid of the forceful demon, because I can't stand it. I truly can't stand it, and it needs to all stop. It will stop, but it needs to stop. That's why it will stop. It's going to stop. The God of forces. It forces you to say words that you don't even need to say. It forces you to repeat your thoughts when you don't even need to repeat them. It forces you to have feelings in your gut that you don't even know where it came from, but then you get literally sick from it. There are people that can literally make themselves sick from their own thoughts. Can you imagine how much more powerful you can be and will be when you can use your thoughts and channel them in an area that benefits you in your life and your spiritual understanding and your mental state of mind, clearing out the demons that are weighing you down and forcing you to do little tiny things. It's usually no big deal, but it's just little tiny things that they try to repeat in your head to get you to be OCD. OCD is repetitive thoughts. OCD, there's a table called OCD in the temple. You can go over to OCD and you can flip it. If you want to go over to Tanger table, anger, go to the Tanger table and flip it. Make yourself consciously aware of what your problem is. Pray to God to give you the awareness to stop it. If you truly mean it, it'll happen for you. I'm doing this video for the first time with the first thought of, as I'm listening to Steve Ben-Nun, I'm hearing, he's pretty good, but I'm hearing a few so's, ends, and ums, and I do understand it. He has stuff to read sometimes. He talks to the top of his head. I get good information from him. As I'm listening to him, I'm thinking, I really need to stop saying all of these extra words that I've been saying the entire time that I've been on YouTube. I can only imagine how many of those unnecessary words I've said. 29 minutes, 25 seconds into this video, I slipped up 4 or 5 times. Only 4 or 5 times, because I've made myself consciously aware. I prayed to my Creator to help me get rid of unnecessary chatter, because that's all it is chatter. Repetitive chatter happens in every single human being's mind. every single mind. People that are handicapped mentally, they just walk around saying what their thoughts are. If we walked around saying what our thoughts are all the time, we're going to look a little insane. I should probably do a video on that, because the way that people, well, no, because I mean, basically it's like it would be more of OCD. People that have OCD, I know there's people on my channel that have OCD. I have a degree of it. It's a small dose, but I also have a small dose of repetitive thoughts. I used to have them a lot more, but I'm aware of them. You're the one that shuts the door on the thoughts in your head. If you don't know where your thoughts come from, you can't shut any door. It's an open door. They've kicked it wide open, and they can just party on in your temple. There's nothing you can do about it. This video is proof for myself and others, if you understood or followed me from the beginning. I was pretty immature. I didn't realize I was talking to people. That's what it was. Once I started to rewatch my own videos, re-listen to how I'm talking, reevaluate how I'm treating people, reevaluate how I'm judging people and talking about people and getting cocky with people. Once I finally analyze it, I eliminate what is unnecessary. Curse words, it's like a and an N and a so, you know, like, it's like that. It's just it's more of an emphasized word to stress it, to get your point across. I don't know, it has a little bit more demand to it when you speak it. But if you're constantly cursing, you know, you need to get a new vocabulary. It's constant anything. If you're constantly doing anything, you need to stop. Unless it's good. If it's good, constant can keep doing it. But if you're consistently, repetitively thinking and doing things with the OCD, go flip the damn table over and practice. And go in that room that normally you would do whatever a certain amount of times, and then don't do it. Do you clean dishes really fast? Do your thoughts race when you brush your teeth? Think about it. When you're brushing your teeth, do your thoughts race?